But the reason I mention this is because what we do, nutrition, is very different than what I've done all my life. Nutrition. I've known about standard process, and I've used the good things that the small amount I knew about it, but quite frankly, there was some real blockades to learning about standard process. You couldn't buy books. You know, we think we have freedom in this country. Those books are banned. They're banned. They are banned by the government from writing about what these products do. They can't write about it. Somebody else can. Somebody else can write about it, but they can't write anything to do it. They have to totally understand it. Or else they say you can either make it or you can talk about it. You know. Well, that's pretty different than the drug industry. I wonder why they get a free pass, you know. It's a very close relationship they have between the FDA and the pharmacology industry. But it was hard to find out. Finally, I went to enough seminars where I learned more about it, and then this one allowed me to really start learning about it. Because now I don't have to say, oh, you have a kidney problem? Well, you need this. Well, that would be great until you run across somebody like Jenny who would give her this, and she goes, ah! She starts, going limp, and she can't stand anymore. So when you're able to ask the body, I think maybe you might need this. Oh, no, you don't. Well, maybe you need this. Nope, not that either. Well, let's ask where the body is really having the problem. And, all of a sudden the prostate problem is a thymus problem. Because they have a little infection in the prostate that the doctor will really recognize. And you fix the thymus, and the body doesn't need the prostate supplement. So you start learning to, use your good sense about how things work together, but you start being more realistic about the fact that basically I know nothing, and the body does everything. And you start asking the body what it really needs. So this whole idea of testing has to do with introducing different frequencies into the field of the person that's having problems. And when we get in those problems, those frequencies in this our field, then it starts having an effect on the body. The way we do this is we measure. We have to measure the field. So let's have you come up, if you don't mind. We're just going to measure your field. So we have two different labs here. One is a simplex F, it's for females, which she may or may not be. And one is for a simplex N for males. And she definitely doesn't need that one. So it's perfectly known that she does not need it. So if I introduce something into her field, she has a strong arm as a strong arm. If I introduce this into her field, she should become weak because the body has no interest in wanting this product. So we go in here and we can measure where those growth stops. So we get you that way. Now we'll go to this. Let's do this out. Even a little bit closer. So it's a little smaller in the middle. I'm going all the way around this way. Now I'm going to do this a little different because I can't. I use proxy testing. Well, I can't use this one because it doesn't have one yet. Okay, use this one. No different, right? Is this one? I have it right next to it. So we know that very possibly she may have a little bit of a heart issue, okay, or she may have a toxicity issue. There's something going on that is blocking this field in the back. Okay, so let's have you turn this way. Right here. So we've diagrammed her field as being about here and here and different stuff right here. Yeah. Well, that's amazing. You don't necessarily have a heart. That's just a real common one. That when you have a heart problem, it blocks the entire back. I was blocked the entire front of the movement. What we have to do to be able to increase that field so we can do the testing is we have these two vials. One is the what we call the infield potentiator. Okay? It will temporarily give you some increase to your field size. Because we're going to do testing and there's no field here. How are we going to test? So we can do this infield potentiator, and that will increase in that energy. But with me, it gave me my understanding of the field. So brought out quantum field. And this has to do with some other types of energy. So if I mix together with both of them, it should make your field as big as you're potentially going to have it. So let's have you step back up here again. And we're going to get an idea of where we want you to be. Okay? So where's my files here? Okay. So here's our for this time. Okay, now her field is way out here.
It's increased.
It's increased from about here to here. Now turn that on. Ball here. You want to fix that? Let's just touch right there. Grab it. Electric, okay? Sure. Yeah, this can bounce right on through detail. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of a simplistic model. It's actually more advanced than that because you don't really have to have you touching.
Yeah. But it does
make it easier to do. In fact, it makes proxy testing much easier to have somebody else that's easy to test. Because some people are easy to test, but you can always have a proxy test that is easy to test. That makes it a lot easier. Sometimes I'm fighting and struggling with somebody that thinks, I'm going to win, and they're strong.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say, no, this isn't a contest. It's whether you're going weak, not whether you can, in your weakness, overcome my strength.
Yeah.
We have a secret. Oh, did we get all the way around? You didn't?
No,
you didn't?
no.
Okay, let's do the back, okay? So, go ahead. Okay. It's there. She needs to turn away, but away from me. But you don't.
Okay.
Turn around the other way.
That's right.
Yeah. Just
Oh.
Oh, really? Okay. Just go on. Right there.
Yeah.
So with those potentiators, we get a field that's about around 5 feet.
Yeah.
Instead of
nothing.
instead of nothing in this case. Okay. So that allows us to test it. So now we have, instead of just having the problem of some infection, injuries, things like that, in our lifetime now, we have to be fighting constantly because the food that we're taking in on a daily basis and the chemicals that we're breathing in and the smart meters that are outside on our house are all causing toxic effects to our body. And we don't sometimes have very little control about that. And that's the thing that we need to be fighting about, is getting a little bit more control over our lives. Instead of having the government dictate what we eat, okay, what we eat and how we take care of ourselves. That we, the collectivism that is starting to take hold is this is for the good of everybody, and I get to decide what it's good. Okay, that's what we're approaching. We've all seen in past history how that turns out. Well, it's not a good scene, and so we need to be a little bit more aware of how things are happening in our food system, and electrical, energy, all the stuff that goes around us that we have a part in making decisions about and do something about it. Well, the thing that we can do personally about it is to start watching what we eat. Start to find out where the good sources of food is, where organic foods are that aren't made up of 50 different chemicals in every box, and start eating whole foods. And when we supplement, when we take a supplement that has 500 milligrams of vitamin C, and 100 milligrams of vitamin D, all these different high dosage type things. We need to understand that there is a place for that, just like there's a place for pharmacology and medicine. Jim would be here today if she never got any medical help. I mean, sometimes medical help stop things that nothing else can cure. They're good on the hands of life. Just they aren't very good in in day-to-day health things. Well, vitamins, when they're isolated vitamins pulled out, can have an effect on the body that we need to have from time to time. But if they're ongoing and you're trying to get true health from them, you're not. You're just you're using vitamins as a drug because they're not natural. They don't take on the natural resonant frequency that our cells are looking for. Okay? We need to be able to take food and real things in our body to get healing from the inside out. And that's what chiropractic is always taught. Above, down, inside out. Okay? It's not from outside in, it's from above, down, inside out. And whole food nutrition is what that's about. Now, hopefully, we can get to that point. We tried some of the whole food when she switched over. She didn't work very good. So we don't try to do too many things at once with her. And she has a little problem that she's been dealing with. We can't try to change something that we've tried and we've lost every time. But that's the long-term basis is to get foods that your body recognizes as real food. And it does not